Let's not forget, all that you need to pull a guard without a penalty is a little grip like this. And then just...
Slide the knee. Now you see here, I have the track.
All right, first we have the knee cut. Next up is the back step, aka long step.
See this little twinkle in their eye when they're ready to sit down.
And next we have Osotogari. I'm about ready to get going to judo over at Pedro's, but before that, let's watch some magic happen. All right, so you just saw 3 counters. Here is an additional one. So you can take the ankle and drag it across. That's a 3rd counter to a guard pull that we were playing with. This whole, I didn't show a lot of the actual technique because in the next 15 minutes or so, we are going to see those first 3 techniques that you saw. So what we are doing here is it's drilling, but it's like semi-live drilling. And the purpose here is to take these 3 techniques and to see which one naturally lands. The knee cut technique, when done as a counter to a guard pull, they've named it like a flying knee cut, but it's basically exactly like the same technique as you see for a knee cut to, let's say, pass half guard or to pass guard. It's the same principles except sped up. So when you see them, they have a grip and they are about ready to sit down is when you are launching and trying to get over that knee. And here, as you saw, I was trying to do Osotogari, but with such a strong frame, it is very difficult to get access to that leg even when I was trying to make an angle. And as you can see here for the knee cut, one of the things to remember is you're going to be cutting with your inside knee and you always want that cross-body control. So either a collar grip on the opposite side to get cross-body control or try to shoot for an underhook on your way in. If they have their arm very tight to their side, you can even get a little bit of a nub under an elbow, and that will also help. Here, I abandoned the knee cut because I don't want to injure my partner. And what's very interesting too, here I found that depending on which leg that he raised, in order to get my hand to his leg, it was more difficult if he put it on the side where I had to go down with the collar grip side. It was slower. So as you can see thus far, I'm really liking the knee slide. That seems to be the highest probability, that just based on statistics of what I was feeling when we were doing semi-live stuff, the knee slide seemed to be there more readily available for me. And here, what I found super interesting was when he went to his back and he had a grip on my collar and was really driving his foot into my hip, there's such a strong connection that getting that was like an ankle pick when you drag the ankle across your body to pass. It's almost like that was hard to get because there was such pressure against the foot against my hip that it made it difficult to even move the leg. So I found in order to get space to move the leg, I had to like back up a little bit. So that was interesting. But then it's like the moment it takes me to back up, if they're already pulled guard, they're already getting into like delihiva hooks or, you know, whatever they're about to do. I found with the knee slide, that millisecond reaction of instead of going backward, going forward, it made my leg, it's like you're already in the process of passing before they can get to their game from the guard pull. You see how the knee slide took away the leg. So in the time that it would have taken me to try to drag the leg across, they're already, they could just move their leg and move to something else. Here I was trying to do the back step, but it seemed like the knee slide was just always there. Oh, here I was trying to do the back step. Here was almost a combination of the two, of a knee slide / back step. The nice thing I like about that back step is it switches your hips, which is also a very good reaction. It's the counter to any time they have you with both of their feet on your hips and they're raising you high. That hip switch, like the hip switch found in the back step, is the counter to that. So having that, ooh, that was a nice back step, okay. It's such a great movement. Like the knee cut and the back step are just classic jiu-jitsu movement that is applicable across many different situations. So if you're a white belt, you know, adding this is great. One thing too, Phil is a black belt, but he's not a black belt in guard pulling because his takedown game is more self-defense focused and not sport focused. Like he loves to do body locks, rear body locks and takedowns from the body lock. He doesn't like to pull guard and he never pulls guard. So it's like you could have a black belt, but if that's not their game, they're not doing it all the time. Like let's say you have a blue belt that literally pulls guard every time. A blue belt is going to be more experienced in that game than a black belt who never pulls guard. So this is great because it's almost like when you're learning game, it's like you have to learn the technique, quasi-live, drill it in order to see where it breaks, and then take it live, take it on the road. I know schools where literally they will pull guard if they even, at the slightest hint of thinking that you have takedowns, like they will. So it's like getting partners to roll with you, and then also going to schools where you know this game is highly used is going to let you test techniques against people with better and better experience in that type of game. So here what we're doing is we're doing nogi to see how it feels with different types of grips, with like a collar grip. And that knee slide, man, that is just there. So in nogi, as I'm sliding. Oh, see, that's his game. That is Phil's game. He loves the duck under to a rear body lock. It's such a good game. The body lock, the rear side clinch. Here's the back step. It seemed like the back step was done, if there was a foot in the hip, the back step was done on the opposite side of the foot in your hip. Here, here the Osotogari as a counter to a guard pull. The setup, if you saw previously, was to spam foot sweeps to then get to that outer reap, which is the Osotogari, the outer leg reap. The thing is, it's like, I find with guard pullers, they are so committed to having their hips be far away and their posture is broken that trying to force that isn't as effective. And then it's a game of speed. I mean, once a person wants to pull guard, typically, this is just what I've seen from rolling. Once a person wants to pull guard, they typically already have grips on you. If you're anywhere in their vicinity, it's like you would just have to go in Osotogari extremely aggressively even before they have any type of grips on you. But then again, it's like, maybe I just need a better Osoto, maybe I need a better angle. What I did find interesting was I tried the Osotogari counter on my coach, Nate, who's black belt, because his guard pull was at an angle, and I was like, oh, maybe I can Osotogari off the angle. But I ended up just getting my back taken because he had 2 inside grips, which we'll address later. We'll do a whole So this is typically the guard pull in nogi. Typically somebody will have a 2-on-1 wrist grip and then they'll go to this clown sweep. So that's the nogi guard pull version that we were figuring out in order to test the counter. Oh, and here's me shutting off the music. That way I can actually show the footage and the audio from the video and not get copyrighted.
You just grab this.
Like, ah!
Yeah. Oh, that's, yes. 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 And then the whole Danaher sequence where you first bump to destabilize and then, yeah, so maybe
Yeah, I've
I
seen
fall
that a
for
lot.
it,
Yeah.
but more likely if I'm skilled, I'll survive it, but then you attack. Because
Yeah.
it freezes me for a second.
Yeah, from here, I've seen like people do the knee cut from here. Yeah, exactly.
It's hard.
It's almost like knee cut at every opportunity.
Right, but it's like, so then the guy on the bottom was sleeping.
Yeah.
Because if I have this opportunity, I go straight into
Yeah.
this. You know, so I have to freeze you, which puts you at a disadvantage.
You would need to knee cut when they're doing like the arm drag to their butt. That's where I see the opening. So if you do it to me, like we're standing, and you do the butt thing,
Oh, I see.
it's like before they get
Okay.
the clown sweep
Yeah,
foot hooks.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, but that's exactly
that is
what-
the future of jiu-jitsu. This keeps on going. You're gonna film me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if I wasn't practicing the knee slide, my 1 second reaction would be to pull back, and that 1 second is
It's
where, but if my 1 second reaction is to go forward,
forward.
then that kind of shuts it down.
That's up to time.
That's what I'm seeing. Anyway.
Yeah. Seems like,
It's
I
like-
think we need to test it.
Yeah.
I don't know a good guard pull, maybe Ryan.
Tina pulls guard a lot. Oh yeah, that's one too. We had tested with some black belt guard pullers.
But I think I need to hold that knee right away. Yeah.
Well, you're doing like a step, I was doing a slide. Yeah, like that.
Dangerous just if I slide here without having an underhook,
Oh, got back
and I
take.
get fucked, you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's
Right?
true. True, you might get your back taken.
So I almost have to slide into you. So if you pull, slide like forward like
Yeah.
that. So that in the process maybe I get,
Yeah.
as opposed to as much sideways.
Yeah,
If I go too much sideways,
that's,
you know,
Yeah.
you would wrestle up from here. Yeah.
yeah, it's like a slide with like it, because if I'm here, then this opening.
Yeah, you don't, yeah. So I would get knees straight at you
Yeah.
and then sideways.
Yeah.
And I think the Andrew Wiltsey,
Yeah.
he does that more, the buzzsaw stuff.
Oh yeah.
He goes more straight. So.
Into the crazy. No.
Let me pull guard on you.
Okay.
It's like normally. Push hips forward.
Yeah.
I'm afraid.
You really got to get into the character. I don't know.
Don't touch me, don't touch me. Which is good too. I mean, you're
Like,
still
I would
tough.
much rather be there than
Yeah.
stepping guard.
Yeah.
That's so tiring. And then they start to do the bullshit from there. That's like their whole gate entry is that. You know?
Good?
Oh, can we show one more thing?
Yeah.
I'll show you with me. We'll do the reenactment. So what Nate did was he got inside grips, and then he went to the side pull. So if you do it to me,
Yeah, but you whack me down a little bit, right?
yeah, so here, and so I had here, and then he went to the side to go down. And I was like, oh, cool, here, but then it leaves my back open. Yeah. So I think when you get inside grips, I think the fight is, like here you still have inside grips. I would need to get an inside grip. And if you go to the side and then pull, like then now I have a chance at least.
Okay, to pin the shoulder.
Yeah, otherwise, 'cause before I was here and he had inside, so that's a back take.
Yeah.
But if I would need to get an inside.
Yes.
Like if somebody has double insides,
Then the rest
Then-
of it happens again there.
yeah, then a double inside guard pull has like one level up. Cause like, if you're not like seeing the grip, it's like, oh, you have a collar grip, I have a collar grip, but your collar grip is on the inside. So that means if I do Osotogari, I'm getting my back taken, like I need an inside grip. Like that's the like little small detail, because sometimes this can feel like, yeah, I have something, but
No.
no you don't.
Yeah. You would almost have to impose your elbow on mine. Yes. Now it's different. See, now it's different.
Oh yeah, I like that. Oh yeah, so the elbow.
But I think he would do it in a more aggressive way.
Yeah.
So what he would probably do is he would kind of like pull you heavy.
Yeah.
Heavy, heavy, and then he would kind of go. Right.
Yeah.
But if you're ready for that, that's the typical white belt kind of toss, whatever pass that's or guard pull. Yeah. Try to go more to the side.
All right. Do you want to try some? Do you want to try it or?
No, I'm
Okay.
here.
I think we have enough. Let's take it on the road.
Yeah, so try it out. I'm curious.
All right, thank you so much for watching. Yeah, it's really interesting. It's like, I found in jiu-jitsu, if anything is ever annoying me, that is giving me direction into what I want to learn. And learning a counter to guard pulls is definitely something I am rather enjoying. And I am very excited to take this on the road and go to different gyms where I know guard pullers frequent and try it out. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. And in one of my upcoming videos, I will film the progress and see what happens when we do this live. So that's gonna be interesting. I'm laughing because it's like anytime when you learn a move, it's like the pattern seems to be like learn it, drill it, you know, become fairly confident, and then do it live, and then fail a bunch of times, break it, and then figure out where it got broken, and then revise. It's like fail, revise, fail, revise, fail, revise, and then you get it. That's the process. So yeah, I'm gonna go to judo, and I will see you next time. Bye.
This is an exercise in finding the analysis paralysis.